think much ahead and you've been there and done that than what the rest of the country is doing, then you're a South Indian. That's what we are all about. We bring you stories which make the news maybe tomorrow, perhaps the day after. But here, you get the news first. And you know what? I've been waiting for one of you to come sit next to me here. Lovely couch we have here, provided you deserve it. And for that, you'll have to do a couple of things. That's a mystery. But as the show unravels, I'll tell you, like we say in Hindi, dheere dheere, that who can come sit next to me. Let's start the show. Today our focus is on Karnataka. You know what they say? A divided house is always an opportunity for opposition to lay claim. Remember the British divide and rule? The minute two fiefdoms in India fought, in came the colonial masters and decided to capture the throne. And this aptly describes what is going on in Karnataka, where the two biggies, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister DKS Shivakumar, do not seem to be agreeing on many issues. The latest is appointments to state-run boards and corporations. Yet again, it is being said that the two men are at loggerheads. You know what the question is? Who should fill these posts? There are around 80 odd boards and corporations to which the government can accommodate approximately 300 party functionaries. Generally what happens, MLAs who are left out of any cabinet berths are given a position in boards and corporations as, let's say, appeasement, you know, to make them happy so that they don't kind of go out and start a mini revolution. These appointments are usually a means of, like I said, placating disgruntled MLAs who miss out on plum positions in the cabinet. Initially, the Karnataka Congress had decided, of course, to allot such posts in a ratio of 30-70, that is between MLAs and party functionaries. It is being said that while the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah wants MLAs to fill these posts, DK Shivakumar is rooting for maximum party workers to get these posts. Not only are these appointments delayed, but due to a lack of consensus between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar on who should fill these posts, the party strategy, that's what the experts are saying, the party strategy for the general elections in 2024 seems to be weathering a serious storm.
Well in Karnataka Congress, sir?
All are well in Karnataka.
So there is no tussle over police posting, sir? There was supposed to be, some difference between DK Shivakumar and you on police posting.
Who told you? There is no difference between me and Shivakumar.
So the BJP says that you don't have money
We are
for
together.
So the BJP says you have no money for the schemes and you are only announcing schemes.
It is the allegation of the BJP. It's a baseless allegation, politically motivated allegation.
Now, Siddaramaiah is a seasoned politician and, you know, keeps his wits about himself. He's not somebody who's given to mercurial tempers, as it were. But look what is happening. In a recent development, Food and Civil Supplies Minister K.H. Muniyappa suggested that senior ministers make way for fresh faces after 30 months. He said, and I'm reading this out, the party high command will take a decision on appointing the CM and Deputy CM. It will be good if ministers, except for those who have entered the cabinet for the first time, pave the way for others and set an example. This will help others get an opportunity to. Have you ever heard of this? You think a politician who gets the chair will vacate it happily? But then this is modern politics. Muniyappa also suggested that District Congress Committee President should also be considered for nominations to boards and corporations. You know what others are saying? This is what DKS also wants. So you see, there are camps. The primary message, like I said, in all this is about the question of also rotational chief minister. A cry perhaps for DK Shivakumar to take over. Let's listen into what DKS had to say about this.
I don't want to comment on it. It is an internal party matter. There is nothing to be discussed on that issue. It is my party high command which will take decisions. I don't want to comment on it. We are running a government. We want to deliver for 5 years whatever we have promised to the people of Karnataka.
You know, it's such a pity after such a fabulous victory. That's what the entire nation was saying. thanks to Congress's victory in Karnataka, it is now the south of India, that is our region, has become BJP Mukt. Then it's a real pity that the Karnataka government is struggling to present a united house despite all the lovely acting that they are putting forth. Do you think Mallikarjun Kharge will have to step in to broker peace between the two? Let's debate. Joining me now, Nizam Faujdar will join me, General Secretary, but in a bit, who's the spokesperson for the KPCC. T.R. Prasad Gowda, spokesperson for the JDS, has also joined us. Dr. Baswaraj Itnal has also joined us, senior journalist, political analyst, and Bhaskar Hegde, my colleague, editor, TV9 Kannada, has also joined me now on this. Namaskara to all of you. You know, the first question which comes to my mind and which I want to ask Dr. Itnal first, and then I'll go to Bhaskar. Mr. Gowda, I'll also come to you. But Dr. Itnal, you know, you can't have continuous problems between two main people. It's like the CEO and the MD are constantly fighting, because in a setup, then the message trickles down. The Siddaramaiah and DKS constantly kind of at, you know, they speak in different voices, which is also good for a democratic setup. But the message that it is sending down, it is almost like DKS is a thorn in Siddaramaiah's flesh. Do you think the basic problem is their styles, Dr. Itnal? Somewhere their styles do not come together.
No, it is not just about the individuals, two individuals called DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. It is also about their followers. Why DK Shivakumar is a leader the way he is? Why Siddaramaiah is a leader the way he is? Because he has certain following. He has to cultivate, he has to culture, he has to, listen to his followers also. But each of the group, Siddaramaiah's followers want, share in the governance because Siddaramaiah is chief minister. Shivakumar's followers want to share in the government because Shivakumar is deputy CM and he is also the president of KPCC. So such being the case, it is not only right now because of this boards and corporations appointments. Right now, it is not just a competing aspiration between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. It is also competing aspirations between the followers of Siddaramaiah and followers of DK Shivakumar. And followers of DK Shivakumar want to make it very clear that DK Shivakumar is slated to be the next chief minister of Karnataka, whereas Siddaramaiah's followers want to underplay that. And it becomes as much difficult for the party high command to balance this, because what has happened within four walls before the swearing in of Mr. Siddaramaiah is only between Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar and the party high command. That is Mallikarjun Kharge and Gandhi family. But what should be given to people's understanding, what optics should be played, that optics has to be homogeneous, that optics should not be having any chink in the armor. That much of understanding both leaders must have, but they do not have because of the pressures of the followers.
Right. Bhaskar, you know what Dr. Itnal said. By the way, Nizam Faujdar has also joined us. Hi Nizam, I'll come to you in a bit. Thank you for joining me on the show. But thank you so much, Nizam. Good to see you. Bhaskar, tell me the question that I asked Dr. Itnal, if I can throw that at you, because you see, these days, and I think for the past, since 2014, perception is greater than reality. That is how governments function, Gone are the days when we would stand in the corridors of party office knowing full well two leaders were fighting and maybe get a story. Now they all believe in social media, in PR machinery which is working on an overdrive, that everything is fine between us. It's like husband and wife speaking. I mean, that's most unnatural in most cases, at least in my case. So Bhaskar, tell me something. Is it the difference of styles which is actually impacting? I mean, every day you hear something or the other, the boards and the corporations being the latest. Bhaskar Hegde.
Sudha, I agree with you, and I agree with Baswaraj also, partly. It's actually the pressure from the supporters which is making the leaders to behave the way they are behaving, number one. Number two, the difference is not only in accommodating the workers and the supporters, it is, I think it is spilling out in policy matters also. You can see in, because DK Shivakumar was the first to say that we may not be possible to release money for development works.
Yes.
I think a couple of days later, realizing the damage that has been done, Chief Minister said very curtly that no, we will not stop. All the developmental works will continue. We will manage and we will release money because he is the finance minister. So what I actually trying to say was the difference is not only to accommodate the supporters in various boards and corporations, it's in spilling out in policy matters also. And yesterday or day before, they sent a list of 3 candidates for approval to governor for nomination to legislative council. What I heard was even there are some differences between Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister who are accommodating whom. See, finally, what happens both in BJP as well as in Congress, and of course JDS not no different from this. Those who are very close to leaders will be accommodated, and those who are far away but they have really worked hard for the party, they will be neglected. That's what happens, I think, even in the MLC list which has gone to Governor Raj Bhavan for approval. That's the same thing happened. I think probably in the case of boards and corporations, that may happen.
All right. Nizam, I want to ask you, we are trying to understand, who should form part of these boards and corporations, whether it should be MLAs or, who perhaps the cabinet could not accommodate. And it's a practical, logistical problem, as it were. But it seems that the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister do not have a consensus on the topic, because Shivakumar apparently wants more party workers, and I see his point, because you are hurtling towards 2024. You need to kind of have those many hands and boots on the ground. So, the thing is that not only has this been delayed, of course, in the recent past we've seen disgruntlement, but the message it is sending out, almost every week we hear how the top boss and boss number 2 or whatever one wants to take it are constantly fighting, Nizam Faujdar.
No, Sudha, I disagree with that statement that we have a fight within the party. Before the elections, almost for 2 years, there were rumors, there were news reports, there were, constant rumbling in the media saying that, DK Shivakumar and CM Siddaramaiah ji were in loggerheads. They are fighting against each other. They're losing a winning battle. We will not win the election because of these 2 people are fighting. But the way the results have shown that the entire team stood together, and there was no difference. Even now, even today, even the moment that I'm speaking, there is no difference. See, do you want Congress party to become like BJP, where one man sits at the top and dictates terms and everything happens the way he wants, the whims and fancies of 2 or 3 people at the top? But Congress party is a consultative party. Congress party is a democratic party. Congress party creates a lot of consensus among the workers, leaders, and the top-notch people. So there will be a certain amount of dialogue that will happen. But let me assure you, the people of Karnataka know, and they have a belief and the trust that there is no fight, there is no differences between the top 2 leaders. Yes, there will be a certain formula where certain leaders will get the position among the boards and corporations, and the party functionaries will get. And I think that has been the formula, that has been a tradition.
But why the delay, Nizam? Why the delay? Look at it. No, you were, I also want to remind you, Nizam Faujdar, that you were on my show about the contractors when Mr. Kempanna was you had said we are resolving it. But look at now, Siddaramaiah is very clear that he will not follow the 31st August deadline. You see, the thing is that is what I'm saying. You can speak in folk, like you said, if you and I agree on everything, it is so boring. We don't want to be like that. Let's have a good discussion. But the point is, on matters like this, which is involving MLAs and party workers who've given their blood and sweat, then the appointments, it impacts them. There seems to be total confusion there.
No. I think this is a super emergency created in the ecosystem. The BJP in the last 3 months since the election, which were announced, elected, and then the results and the government formation, it's almost 3 months now. They have not been able to nominate one leader of opposition. Where is the urgency with the BJP? No. But the BJP would want to make a comment that we are divided, we are not doing work, we are not trying to be efficient, we are not effective in terms of governance. But the past history of the BJP and the ecosystem that they are creating, that, why not the the Congress leaders or the workers not getting
Nizam, I am not the BJP. No, I am
there
asking you.
No.
I mean, ye
Sudhaji,
constant
let me
ki
complete.
A, B, B, A, I'm talking about you have got a fabulous victory.
You have been debating with me for nearly 4 or 5 years now, and I mean what I say, and that I don't try to beat around the bush. There is a consultative process that is going on within the party, and that process will be completed. In the due course of time, people will be nominated into the boards and the corporations, and there is no panic. We don't have to be really in urgency. We want to take the process in a more consultative, more consensual way. We will do it. I think the promises that we have done to the people of Karnataka, the responsibility on our shoulders is really big. We will function in a way that will benefit the people of Karnataka.
All right, Nizam. Now let me go to Mr. Gowda. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Gowda. You've been waiting. Mr. Gowda, the reference is where DKS said, oh, a conspiracy is being hatched in Singapore. I'm only talking about the difference, ladies and gentlemen. This is just perception, because we have done lot of my colleagues in TV9 Kannada and also my other colleagues in print. There is a perception, and senior guest today, my colleague Bhaskar Hegde and also Dr. Itnal have said the styles are different. There are different camps, followers. And that's why we are trying to understand where is this all coming from. Mr. Gowda, DK Shivakumar a few weeks ago spoke about how conspiracy is being hatched in Singapore. He says, I know who they are. They want to topple the government. Where is this coming from? And the same thing Siddaramaiah said, don't ask me, ask him. He said this, in one of the Kannada channels, he said, don't ask me, ask him. So what is this paranoia? What is this nervousness on the part of DKS, Mr. Gowda? Where is it coming from?
Madam, whether Chief Minister or Deputy Chief Minister, they are having intelligence with them. With them, they have got very good intelligence team with them. Of course, our Kumar Swamiji traveled to Singapore, Europe, and Cambodia. He went to Europe along with all family members, and in Singapore, especially he went to Singapore for the he has twice he went surgery. Everybody knows in Karnataka or in all India level, everybody knows. But at the age of 47 itself, he went into a major heart surgery. Every 10 years, he need to get operated and regular, because now third interval has come. Now he need to be very careful.
Fine, I hope he gets well. But why was DK Shivakumar so nervous, sir?
I do not know. We have to ask him only. There is no we are the last people to think about toppling of the government. We are not here to topple the government. If now the people have given them a mandate to give the best administration in the state of Karnataka, they have to give it. Rather now, even today, CM is meeting all MLAs and disgruntled MLAs, and there is in the inside Congress itself, they have collected the signature that we are not happy. About 30 to 40 MLAs, they themselves are side, and it is happening within the Congress. See, we are opposition people. That too, our JDS with only 19 MLAs. Do you anybody believe that we are going to topple the government.
All right. I mean, that's a good explanation. Dr. Itnal, I want to ask you where he's speaking about, letters. So, because we are discussing that this kind of mini rebellions which keep coming up. Now, tell me something, Dr. Itnal, for the benefit of the viewers, that these appointments to corporations and boards, they are not just very lucrative. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm using that word, but let us use the word influential. But they also hinge on caste, religion. Am I wrong here? I mean, there is some method to this madness, isn't it, Dr. Itnal?
Whatever equations are used, whatever formulas used to form the cabinet or fight elections will be used for appointment of chairmanship of or even directors of boards and corporations.
Yeah.
Whether it is caste equation, whether it is factionalism, every equation, every formula will be applied.
Right. So Now I want to ask you question B on this, is that this letter which they said it's fake, Mr. Patil said I never wrote it, my letterhead, all that, but everyone wrote this. They also went and told the Chief Minister that we are very angry because we are not getting any funds for development. The DKS was very clear and said, listen, we have to first fulfill the 5 guarantees. You wait up, no funds.
I was coming to that. In fact, it's not only DKS, even Siddaramaiah in CLP meetings is reported to have said that.
Right.
That at least for this financial year, the MLA should not insist on any additional grants or any developmental funds for the constituencies. Not only that, even the transfer requests of the legislators are ignored. But are the transfers not being done? Transfers are being done.
Right.
But at the behest of whom? So what happens is that every MLA, every candidate promises something to his constituents and comes to assembly. When you make him totally, ineffective for 1 year, because you promised some larger guarantees to the state, then that becomes as much difficult. Because for 1 year, is the MLA going to hide somewhere? Is he not going to show his face to the constituency? So that is one thing. And again, reacting to Mr. Faujdar's defense on all the reports here. See, what the letter written to about no transfers or no grants is real. And some ministers acting dictatorial, autocratic, not listening to MLAs is real.
All right.
And again, even as far as this power sharing also, there is no one unified message. Somebody says there is sharing, somebody says there is not sharing.
Yeah.
So there can be, there is democracy, yes. Internal party democracy,
yes.
People can speak in different voices.
Yeah.
But as a party,
Exactly.
as an organization, you cannot be speaking in folk tongue.
Absolutely. Both as a party and as a government, you cannot speak in folk tongues. And that is the message which is going down today, that for every issue, I know that the styles are different. I mean, I perceive that the styles are different. Maybe Mr. DKS is so much younger, maybe temperamentally someone who does not mince his words. But the differences are now showing up. Bhaskar Hegde, I want to come to what Dr. Itnal just now said. Oh, we've lost connection to Bhaskar. I think we will get him back. Mr. Nizam, I want to ask you something, that some of these legislators have found place in Kalyan, Karnataka, if you look at it, and these are coincidentally, if you look at it, someone like Yelburga MLA Baswaraj, then B.R. Patil, they are the ones who actually wrote that letter and signed down that letter. So don't you think it's a curious coincidence that they have found place in the list when it comes to Kalyana, Karnataka? Others are also, I will read that, Raghavendra Hitnal, then E. Tukaram, HR Gaviyappa, these are the names, and they are all seen to be Siddaramaiah loyalists. So look at it, corporation and boards, sure, what Dr. Itnal said, and you also said, let's be patient, everyone will get a place. But this is more obvious than anything. It's clear as day. Nizam.
No, Sudha, I think, this is like Congress party knows less, and everybody else across the media, the platform knows more than us.
Thanks,
I think, it looks like every MLA is pouring his heart out in front of, certain media, outlets. But I would rather put it this way, see, it's a government which has been formed 3 months now. The same energy that people are aspiring that we should do so much more development, so much more pro people activities and pro people schemes. Why is the same ecosystem not asking the larger the government in the center why they have not delivered in the last 9 years? Nobody's talking of the delivery of the government for the last 9 years. Why is it that for a 3-month-old government, the questions are so many? But I think it's very clear. It is because the Congress party listens to the people. We don't go vengeful against the people who are asking questions. I think people are asking these questions and having more aspirations towards us is because I think we listen to the dissent and react and respond to it. I think the people are more impatient with us because we are more responsive to the people and the ecosystem of the development.
Acha Nizam, when will the appointments be made? Will it be made in the first week of September? Because in August.
Wait for the day will come, we all will celebrate together. My promise to you that I will send you the Doodh Pede ka dabba to Sudha Sadanand, and that will be a happy day. मिठाई है एक डिब्बा.
I like that, you know, जितनी भी लड़ाई हो, I like that. That's what politics. I liked it. Bhaskar Hegde is back with us. Bhaskar, I wanted to ask you, you know, this thing about how in Kalyana Karnataka, the appointments which have been made, they all seem to be in Siddaramaiah's camp. I mean, he has accommodated them. You know, these are names, we know, who had actually were part of that fake letter or the real letter, because Dr. Itnal says, listen, all those names, that was not a fake letter, it was a real letter. There are names like Patil and Baswaraj and Tukaram and other names. So see, he has made them happy. Now let's come, do you think that he has done because he was committed to them? That is how he said, okay, if not cabinet berth, I will give you all this. But do you also, you know, take cognizance of the fact that the party worker who worked so hard, if they don't make him happy, they may have to pay a price as they go towards 2024, Bhaskar?
Sudha, I think I agree with your point. Because what happens, it's a very double-edged sword. If you accommodate MLAs, party workers will be upset. If you accommodate more number of party workers, MLAs will create more problems to the government. They issue statements, they make comments, they pass comments against the district in charge ministers. It will be a kind of a very challenging task for both Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, no doubt. Why in the case of Kalyan Karnataka board, they made appointment of former Chief Minister Dharam Singh's son, because he was staying absent from many of the major programs, even launch of program in Kalburgi,
right,
which was even attended by AICC President, he stayed away.
Right.
And at the same time, AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge's son has been made cabinet minister. He's having two portfolios. Right. But the same Dharam Singh comes from the same region. His son has been, it looks like he has been sidelined. To avoid this, I think immediately they made him the president of Kalyan Karnataka Development Board.
All right. Mr. Gowda, because the Deputy Chief Minister, and I am still sticking by my, premise, because these two are fighting, how is it impacting the development, overall development of Karnataka? What kind of problems do you think the people will face, sir?
Yeah, it's a very good question, very valid question at this point of hour, madam. Actually, the people of Karnataka gave them a full mandate, 136 MLAs they are given. Maybe one of the factor may be freebies also. But I would like to mention at this hour is developmental activity in the state of Karnataka drastically went down, madam, because they are busy in only accumulating or mobilizing funds only for the freebies.
Okay.
Now they are not able to mobilize the funds. The Deputy Chief Minister himself agreeing that they are having shortage of funds for payment of works they have done in the last government. See, these are all the things are happening, and they are finding it very difficult to manage the show. But now they have MP elections in 2024. They are somehow trying to give all freebies one by one. That too, they have not done. They have not
Right.
kept up their promises.
All
So
right.
because the next day itself, they said once we come to the power, next day itself. Even in the case of transport also, the free transport to the
Yes. Women.
females also. It is free for me, for my wife, for your wife, everybody. Chief Minister himself mentioned that. Now they are asking all types of they are going with it is subject to the terms and conditions.
All right.
See, this is happening in all the departments.
Right. Dr. Itnal, yeah, I'll come back to you. Dr. Itnal, I want to ask you, it's a fundamental question. Yes, the coffers were running empty. We promised 5 guarantees. We know Anna Bhagya was then changed to giving them money. Griha Lakshmi is now been, it is started. There are other schemes. This constant focus on schemes, because I think somewhere they also know that it is perhaps that, I refuse to call them Revdi like they call it in North India. I will call them welfare schemes and not freebies also. Sorry, Mr. Gowda. But the thing is that because of these welfare schemes, they seem to be so focused on it that, it seems like a mad rush towards it. But the thing is, it will all be counterproductive if they are fighting like this constantly. Of course, they are saying no NEP in Karnataka, we will not bring it. We will overturn, all the laws that were made during BJP's time. All that is fine. But don't you think that in a kind of an economic crisis that they are facing, they need to solve these problems quickly? It's about governance.
No, this excessive importance and prioritization of guarantee schemes, which are going to cost not less than 1/4 of the budgetary allocation. It is 1/4 of the budget size. So if you are focusing excessively on that at the expense of other works, even I see this allegations of contractors having pending bills to that only, because you are diverting all the money. In fact, I am told that DK Shivakumar used to tell this to contracts that we are diverting funds towards welfare schemes, and we will not be able to pay bills immediately. So holding the bills and even not taking up any additional work and not allocating funds to any other budgetary obligations, and this will be counterproductive, like you said, number one. Number two, this also tells that Congress has somehow believed or convinced itself that they come to power only because of guarantees.
Exactly. They are obsessed with it. They are kind of, all the time.
And this also means they are trying to underplay the DK Shivakumar's contribution, swinging the votes in voter emancipation, which is a large part, which is large reason. It's a big reason for their victory. So that probably is somewhere the root of this conflict.
Yeah, Mr. Gowda, I'll come to you. Bhaskar, tell me something for the benefit of the viewers. There are 2 camps. I mean, we heard the big ones, the big noises that one hears in the capital is, Mr. Hari Prasad talking about it at a rally that, I have made chief ministers. Of course, Mr. Parameshwara also spoke about it, a few months ago. But there are like Muniappa has just now spoken and said, there should be rotational 30 months and then new people should take over. There have been voices here, there, everywhere. Now in these boards and corporations also several people have spoken. Some of them are not authenticated by you and your group, so I will not talk about it. But tell me something for the benefit, and also Nizam is listening, let him then respond to this. Don't you think there are 2 camps, one Siddaramaiah camp and DK Shivakumar? And how much do you think with this thing about that unless DK Shivakumar gets a rotational chance, this government is over?
You want me to answer?
No, I'll come to you, Nizam. Let Bhaskar say.
Yeah.
Bhaskar.
We have been covering government political parties for more than 2 decades, 2.5 decades. And see what happens if you compare this regime with the one led by Siddaramaiah in 2013. There is a major marked difference. In 2013, only one power center in Karnataka, that is Siddaramaiah. Even though Parmeshwar was PCC president, Parmeshwar joined cabinet, but Parmeshwar did not raise voice or did not take a different look on any issues or decisions taken by Siddaramaiah. But this time, if you see the way DK Shivakumar functions or his body language, his messaging and optics, but there is a marked difference one can easily visible between these two. Whenever Chief Minister says something,
Right.
there is some kind of response coming from DK Shivakumar within a day or two.
Exactly.
Or whenever DK Shivakumar makes a statement, a kind of statements, and Siddaramaiah would say, I don't know, you go and ask DK Shivakumar.
Yes.
So if there is some one voice or if there is one thinking, obviously people would not expect them to say different things. I think this is the reason why people are saying there are two voices, there are two camps, as a result, which is percolating down to their camps also and supporters, that they are expecting these leader supporters to be accommodated more than the other camp.
Right. Nizam, you want to respond to that, where there are different voices. And I want to ask you one question before you please respond, Nizam. Mr. Gowda, after Nizam, I will come to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Nizam, I want to ask you that MLA is writing and saying that we don't get enough money for developmental work. Don't you think that's a very logical concern, even if the letter was fake?
No, I think, see, this is a very wrong question to ask, first of all. Mr. Siddaramaiah has clearly said that the outlay for the development work will happen, and the money that is to be allocated for various departments, it could be the minor irrigation, to large irrigation, to road building, to basically to the Panchayat Raj, to the various schemes. It could be from educational department to health department to various infrastructural department within the each talukas or the assembly. I think this is a fair question, and Mr. Siddaramaiah has made it extremely clear that we will give you the funds required for it. The outlay of the 5 schemes is over a period of 12 months. The money is not given in one day or in 1 month or 2 months. It's a process of monthly, expenditure. So it is not like, the coffers are suddenly dry because we have announced these 5 schemes. It's a process of spending over a period of time. But when BJP says there is no fund in the treasury, why is BJP saying that there is no fund in the treasury? Why is BJP raising this question again and again?
DKS and Siddaramaiah said, are they in the BJP now?
No, I'll come to it. Why they are asking this question that there are no funds?
Come on.
There is a reason behind it. In the last 3 years of their governance, the 3 lakh crores of loan that these people took for the state of Karnataka, which is more than the last 70 years, is one of the major reasons why there should be a cash crunch.
Achha.
So in the process, how a government of BJP left the treasury in a certain amount of deficit, the Siddaramaiah government is trying to revive its revenue streams. It is basically trying to bring in funds which needs to be bought into, to the revenue. How do you bring the revenue of the state to a level that we can deliver it?
Nizam,
so
you are usually a very convincing speaker. You convince me and you have a very polite way, but today, I mean, it is like PR, this PR which is going on. I'm sorry, we are friends. नहीं भाई, आपने कोशिश की, नहीं आपने 1 मिनट, मेरे पास 2 मिनट है, मैं जरा मिस्टर गौड़ा के पास चली जाती हूँ, बेचारे बड़ी देर से अपना हाथ खड़ा करे जा रहे हैं. मिस्टर गौड़ा, प्लीज गो ऑन. मिस्टर गौड़ा, आई एम सॉरी, मिस्टर गौड़ा, गो ऑन.
Madam, when we are talking about the developmental activities that have gone down, literally I feel, not only me, people of Karnataka started feeling that, still government has to take off. At the verge of giving freebies, mobilizing money for the freebies, government has forgotten to take up the, developmental activity. They've forgotten. forgotten completely that this government has people of Karnataka
Sir, you
given
said this
mandate.
even before.
And,
Okay, so I thought you were going to say something new. Mr. Gowda, you said this before on this show. I'm asking you this. No, I'm asking you this. How soon do you think, don't you think that the positions or the posts in, for the MLAs or party workers to boards and corporations, who do you think is more important? What would your party have done? MLAs or party workers? Because that's the fight between DKS and Siddaramaiah right now, Mr. Gowda.
in our party workers are most important because in our party we have lakhs and lakhs of party workers are still with us. Though we suffered huge setback, and our party workers are intact and they are still waiting. We can achieve something in upcoming elections also. Yes, we have corporations election to face. We have MP election to face. Everything it is there. And as a party, of course, losing and winning will be there. We have taken it very sportively, and we will go
All right.
people's mandate.
All right. I've completely run out of time, so my apologies to everyone because I have to now move to Tamil Nadu. The next story, but it is very apparent and before I thank all you gentlemen, it is very apparent from my colleague Bhaskar Hegde, of course, and also Dr. Itnal and Mr. Gowda is in the opposition except for Nizam, who really batted very well for his party today. But the point is that, my God, yes, there are two voices and they better learn to speak in one voice, because you know why? Because they owe it to the people of Karnataka after such a fabulous victory. Thank you so much, Bhaskar. Mr. Gowda, thank you. Thank you, Nizam. My thanks also to Dr. Itnal. Thank you very much. Our next story is, of course, coming from Tamil Nadu. Like I said, I'm asking a question. Where is RV Ashok Kumar? Yes, where is he? 2 days ago, rumors were rife that the Enforcement Directorate had picked up Ashok Kumar on Sunday, that is 13th August, from Kochi in the cash for job scam in which his brother Sendil Balaji was arrested on 14th of June. But guess what? The ED has denied this piece of news vociferously and said that it had neither detained nor arrested Ashok Kumar from Kochi as was being reported. The South Indian was very, very careful because we had an inkling that it is something will come out of this entire story of nabbing or having detained Ashok Kumar. So, where is Ashok Kumar? The ED meanwhile had also added that Ashok Kumar, his wife Nirmala and also his mother-in-law P. Lakshmi had skipped 4 summons till date. And there is so much confusion also amongst Ashok Kumar supporters and also the advocate wing of the ruling Dravida Munneta Kazhagam. They are also asking Ashok Kumar enge, that is in Tamil, where is Ashok Kumar? A false news report that Sri RV Ashok Kumar, this is the statement I am reading out of the ED, brother of Sri Senthil Balaji, ex-minister and MLA, has been detained in Kochi, Kerala by the Directorate of Enforcement, is being reported by multiple news sources, and that is what the ED said. They have denied it. They said neither detained nor arrested Ashok, and they said it is clarified that Sri RV Ashok Kumar has neither been detained nor being arrested by ED. It may, however, be stated that Sri RV Ashok Kumar has been summoned on 4 occasions on 16/6/2023, 21/6/2023, 29/6/2023 and 15/7/2023 as part of the ongoing probe. The ED has also clarified, saying he has, however, never joined the investigation and has refused to appear before ED in response to the summons, citing frivolous, inconsequential excuses. Adding on, the ED said in similar manner his wife Miss Nirmala and his mother-in-law Miss P. Lakshmi have also not complied 4 individual summons. It is significant to note that evidences indicate that all 3 individuals had played pivotal roles in layering and integrating the proceeds of crimes. Although the Enforcement Directorate, and this is not what the ED said, this is what I am saying. Although the ED recently froze a palatial house built in Karur in Tamil Nadu by Ashok Kumar because the land was evidently purchased for 10 lakhs, while the true value, ladies and gentlemen, was 30 crores. So where is Ashok Kumar? I wonder if a habeas corpus will be filed soon, as it was in the case of his brother Senthil Balaji. The South Indian will wait, and like I said, we predict story much before others do. Coming up next, a special documentary from News9 Plus called Smart New World. Smart New World investigates how agriculture responds to the profound challenges of climate change, health emergencies, and surging prices that face our global food supply chains. Enjoy the show. After the break, Vanakkam, Namaskaram.
They are the apple of someone's eye, holding the kiwi to our heart. We go banana.